The opinions expressed in the video you are about to see are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
The MasterCraft 300 is packed with so many innovative details that we decided to split the features into two videos. Let's take a look at the engine room and interior. Taking a look inside the engine compartment of the MasterCraft 300, looking in the forward end of the engine compartment, we've got your controls for your ZF transmissions, the digital transmissions, twin 400 horsepower Inmar marine engines. Also, you can see the hose reels for your city water and your ship's water. Battery switches as we move across the transom. Down below, you can see the hydraulic steering connected to the two rudder posts. Very easy if you happen to get into an emergency situation to access your steering gear. Moving across, first two of the ship's 5 batteries. Underwater exhaust system. Very large engine hatch, soundproofed on the underside, and I very much like how it is electrically actuated. Notice the channel running all the way around the perimeter of the hatch that will channel water to the stern where it will drain overboard. Now as we come around to the forward bulkhead, right under where my feet were, a 7.2 kW Kohler generator, and just above that a fixed firefighting system. Here's a nice feature. The step so you can stand in front of the windshield retracts as you open up the companionway door, and then you can step down. Now let's go below. Port. You have head. It's a wet head, so there's a shower curtain that will go right across, and courtesy lights underneath the counter. Here's interesting styling, the surface mounted glass bowl. The forward berth measures 6.5 feet across, fore and aft, 3 feet 5 inches, so you're definitely going to be sleeping on this sideways. Very comfortable circular settee, pedestal for a table to go right here, sole storage in the center of the deck. Over to the galley, Kenyan electric stove, retractable lid over the stainless steel sink, garage door type storage over your microwave, an additional storage area, possibly a coffee dock because there's an outlet right behind. Below the galley, storage for your refrigerator freezer, spare storage, and notice the dedicated spot for fire extinguisher. The 26-inch LCD pivots so you can show it from the main salon or look at it from the forward berth. To the starboard side, ship's electrical panel. I also like that there's a C-zone monitoring system. When you get rough weather or you get into a storm and you're held up at anchor, you can control everything on the boat from this position right here. All of the house systems, the critical information on the boat, the electronics, accessories, engine management. If I push engine management, I can turn the blowers on, control the engine hatch, get a readout of the battery systems. Everything is controllable from this system. Now there are two options for the layout on the MasterCraft 300. One gives you a lazarette that's accessible from the sole storage in the cockpit. The second option gives you a mid-cabin. Just behind the panel that supports the flat screen TV, you've got ventilation lines for your air conditioning and heat, and also notice that there are white plumbing lines with valves so you can control the pressure of each individual sink from this position right here. The berth itself measures 6 feet 1 inch by 3 feet 3 inches across. Something to keep an eye out for, this 3-inch protrusion coming down from the overhead. You just might hit your head on that, so be careful. Something that seems to be lacking in an awful lot of cabin cruisers is a light switch when you enter a dark cabin. Here on the MasterCraft 300, the electrical panel is right to the left of the companionway, and at the top left of that switch panel is an all-on switch that turns everything on all at once. Once everything's on, then you can search for the individual items that you want to turn on or off. Just below, you've got controls for the air conditioning and heat for both the cockpit and the cabin. Well, that's our look at the engine room and interior of the MasterCraft 300. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.